Student, today I am going to teach you about another biomolecule, enzymes. So, an enzyme is a specific protein produced within the organism. We know it very well because all the metabolic processes are just governed by several type of enzymes. Okay, all enzymes are capable of catalyzing specific chemical reactions as they are of biological origin, means they are present in biological bodies, means living bodies. And catalyze means they are just work as a biocatalyst means they are able to increase and decrease the rate of any reaction. Earlier what was postulated by several biologists, that biocatalysts are responsible only the increment of the rate of reaction. Clear, they can increase the rate of reaction, but in modern biology we know that several changes has takes place. So that time, then according to new definition of biocatalyst, means enzymes are able to increase and decrease the rate of reaction. Okay, what is the historical background about enzymes? Previously the enzymes are known as ferments, and it was just discovered by Louis Pasteur. Then Edward, one more scientist, they have also given more emphasis on this enzymatic work, and he isolated enzyme from yeast. Okay, and Edward has given it as a name of gymase. Okay, gymase. But the term enzyme was given by Kuhne, 1878. Okay, so the term enzyme was coined by Kuhne 1878 for catalytically active substances which are responsible for the increment of the rate of reaction. Okay, so it's about the historical background of enzymes. And protein nature of enzyme was first found out by Sumner, who has firstly introduced, as I told you earlier also, that Kuhne has was coined the term enzyme, and protein nature of enzyme was first found out by Sumner in 1926. Like catalyst, the enzyme do not start a chemical reaction or change its equilibrium but enhance the rate of reaction. So enzymes are responsible for the enhancement of the rate of reaction, any kind of biological reaction. Okay, it's about, this is the information about the enzymes. Now enzymes are having some chemical nature. These chemical natures are on the basis of chemical nature, because we know all enzymes are globular proteins, with the exception of recently discovered one enzyme is discovered now, it's of RNA enzyme. This is not globular, but rest of the enzymes are globular, means spherical in shape. So some enzymes may additionally contain a non-protein group also. On the basis of their basic composition, basically enzymes are of two types. One is simple enzyme and second is conjugate enzyme. Okay, what are the simple enzyme? The enzyme is completely made up of protein. They are completely made up of protein. Like some examples are pepsin. You can see iron is present in at last, so those who are having this kind of suffix, so they are generally belongs to protein. Pepsin, trypsin, urease, they are the type of simple enzyme because they are totally made up of the proteins. And conjugate enzyme, they are having two parts. Now I am going to tell you about the conjugate type of enzymes. Okay, conjugate enzymes, they are having two types. So as you can see here about conjugate enzyme, conjugate enzymes are having two parts, as I am telling you. One part is known as the protein part and second part is known as the non-protein part. Okay, so protein part of conjugate enzymes are known as apoenzyme. What I said, protein part of conjugate enzyme is known as the apoenzyme. Okay, and non-protein part is known as the cofactor. Again, cofactors are having organic and inorganic part. Organic part is known as, means carbon containing part is known as coenzyme, easily separable, or prosthetic group. Okay, so two part of organic non-protein part of conjugate enzyme is prosthetic group and coenzyme. Clear? And non-protein part is of inorganic, mean like minerals. If calcium, iron, copper, zinc, these type of minerals attach with non-protein part of conjugate enzyme, so it's generally belong to the inorganic minerals. So it's about the conjugate part or conjugate type of enzyme or simple enzyme. Now I am going to tell you about the nomenclature of enzyme. Means how we can give naming of enzyme. Enzymes are generally named by adding the suffix ase. If we are using a suffix ase, that time it shows that the enzyme. Like lipase, you can see ase enzyme, ase suffix is there, lipase, amylase, maltase, or some chemical reaction one also are having the enzymatic action like succinate dehydrogenase. Succinate dehydrogenase. This is also, and some old names are also persist like pepsin, trypsin. They are the format of the nomenclature of enzymes. Clear? So here I am going to tell you another thing about the chemical nature of enzymes. As all the information of enzyme I have told you, means how enzymes, if enzyme are having nucleic portion in it, means nucleic acid that behaves like enzyme. If some nucleic acids behave like enzyme, that time they are known as the ribozyme also. Clear? So here you can see that in which rate actually some enzymes are having active sites. Active site means if suppose they are two substrate, they are reacting with each other, that time we are using, as I told you, enzymes can increase the rate of reaction. That time this enzyme will provide area where both the substrate attaches with enzyme. This is known as the enzyme substrate complex. Afterward only product will form and enzyme will separate out from it. Okay, so this is the main reaction, overall reaction of enzyme works in this way. So enzymes having some active sites which catalyze reaction at a high rate, means enzymes works as a catalyst. But you know, in chemistry, if we are reading about catalyst increase rate of reaction, we know this. But if you increase temperature, that time also chemical reaction, rate of chemical reaction will increase. But in case of enzymes, it is just opposite of it. If you increase the temperature, that time enzymes get damaged, means they lost their efficiency of reaction. If you provide high temperature, if you provide very low temperature, that time also enzyme get damaged. So however, enzyme isolated from organism who present in high temperature, that time this enzyme can be tolerate high temperature. But overall or generally we can say that enzyme denatures at very high temperature. Okay, so what is the optimum temperature has decided for enzymatic activity? It's of 40 degrees Celsius. Above 40 degrees centigrade, if any enzyme will work, generally all enzymes get to be denatured. So it's just an introduction of enzyme. In our next video we will read about the chemical reaction of enzymes. Thank you.